they translated the Old Testament from the Hebrew text, you know, there's so many different gods in the Hebrew text because all that shit coming from ancient Egypt. Because we the one came up with the Hebrew text, which was like a degree. Like we taught different degrees to different motherfuckers in different languages. So I'm saying, so in the Hebrew text, it was so many different gods. But when King James, you know, King James had, you know, everybody read from the King James translation or version. And King James had Shakespeare write the shit for him. That's why the shit say, God said, dust thou art, and all that shit. You know, if it was a God in the sky, motherfucker want to talk like that. That's some English shit. God, Adam, where art thou? Nigga, that's some English shit. Shakespeare wrote that shit. Okay. And God ain't write that shit. You know, they got us thinking that this God's word. Most of that shit written in third person. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't. A man wrote that shit. Like if we would have never read that book, we wouldn't even know what God wouldn't even be in our vocabulary. Like a lot of Christians like, well, the book said it's a book. Why are you telling me what this book's saying? You know what I'm saying? And just so happen these evil motherfuckers wrote the book. But you gonna base your life off this shit. It's just we've been taught that shit though. We don't know the signs. God is plural. And in the Hebrew text, this was the Elohim. And Elohim means the ones that came down. It's plural. You know what I'm saying? Really, this was the women. Because at one point in time, there were a number of women on the planet. That's why they can walk. They can walk miles with some heavy shit on their head. And they got that shit. Because they've been walking on the planet for so long. You know what I'm saying? That's how strong they back and neck is. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that shit. Peace.
What Elohim, one the name of God?
Yeah. That's the name of God. It's not, you know what I'm saying, but it's so many different gods. When they translated to the Old Testament, they just used one word, God. You don't know what God you be praying to. You can be praying to Elohim. You can be praying to Yahweh. You can be praying to the sun. You can be praying to one of your organs. You know what I'm saying? Because all these different shits is gods in the Old Testament. You can be praying to one of the constellations. You don't even know what you're saying because they just put God. But it was different gods with different names and titles and attributes. And all this shit is based on energy, which all this shit is based on you. Because you got to understand, we the supreme being of all this shit. Well, really the woman is. Your mom is the supreme being of all this energy. She's the most supreme thing on the planet. There won't be no life without the woman. See what I'm saying? So, like all the elements in the periodic table, all this shit exists within you. That's why, like, it's some etymology shit. That's why when you blow your breath, the shit be hot. It ain't cause your breath stink. You got a question?
Peace, you got a question.
Okay, go ahead, G.
That's what I want to know. How do two women conceive?
Nah, I wouldn't know. It wasn't no
said one number of women.
Right,
so how did the next person, woman, man, whatever?
So God, that's a good question. It's just that we were so in tune, well, she was so in tune with nature that like she can stimulate herself. Like they got us out of tune with nature. It's based, since everything is based on energy, energy is vibration. See, that's why we got to be in tune with nature. That's why they took us out of nature. They got us believing in something fake, so we ain't in tune with nature. If once you in tune, she was so in tune, she can just stimulate her own eggs. That's why it's more women on the planet now. You know what I'm saying? It's way more women than men on the planet. It's because they was here first. You know what I'm saying? Just like if every man decided to be with just one woman, be so-called faithful to one woman, it'll be a lot of women that'll be fucked up. They won't have no man. Because it's way more women than men. If every man chooses to be with one woman, a lot of women going to be left out. That's because they've been on the planet long enough. See what I'm saying? She just took one of them female eggs and made a male out of it. Alchemy, that's what it is. Alchemy is basically coming from, Egypt was called Kemet. It's where alchemy come from. Alchemy. Or chem. It's chemistry. She the real alchemist. That's alchemy. She made a male out of you. And she gave you dominion over the planet. That's why we stronger than her. Because we supposed to be holding it down. That don't mean lick your woman ass, kiss her ass, all that shit. Nah. Because really, your woman ain't your God. Your mama is your God. But your woman is a God too. She a creator. See what I'm saying? But that don't mean kiss her ass. That just means respect and acknowledge her. Just like we respect and acknowledge all these other gods, which was nature. See what I'm saying? Because it's like we stronger than a woman physically, but like if mentally we ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like you can break it down on some lower shit, lower nature shit. They say like if a woman really wanted to cheat, women can cheat better than men because you know basically we dumb type shit, or women more smarter than us. That's like on some lower nature shit. Really, she just more God than us. See what I'm saying? Like her brain is more in tune with the earth because she is the earth. Like the earth gives life. You know what I'm saying? She gives life. She is the earth. So I'm saying, so she thinking, man, she was the first man on earth, so she more in tune with nature than you. She think faster than you. You know what I'm saying?
Where the first woman come from?
It was that energy that manifested. Like when I was describing all them gods, like Amen, which is energy. That energy manifested into the sun, which was a god. That energy manifested into like the black circles and space, dark matter or whatever. This energy manifested into the 12 zodiac signs. That shit manifested into planets and moons and shit. And that shit manifested into like, you gotta understand, we always existed. That's why they got us like we always exist. Didn't nobody up there make us like that. We always existed. We just didn't exist physically. We always existed as energy. That's why when you close your eyes, what you see? The cosmos, because that's where you come from. See what I'm saying? It's like we just manifesting into this third dimension. That's why really when you have dreams, where you at? See, that's the whole trick too. You can't even die. Because, you know what I'm saying? Just dealing with the soul too. I can go and break that down. When you blow your breath, the reason it's hot, because you got the sun inside of you. The word soul is the same word as soul. In Latin, this is sun. So that's why English a real fucked up language, because you don't know the definition of this shit. I can be wide, all these vowels can be changed. This word can mean that, the same word can mean different shit. See what I'm saying? But soul and soul is the same word, but they don't want to teach you that you got a sun inside you. But they teach us in school, they say we breathe in oxygen and blow out carbon monoxide. That was a chemical reaction. It takes fire to turn oxygen into carbon monoxide. So how that happen? You got a sun right here. Because everything that exists out there exists right here. That's what the so-called 6-point star, it ain't got shit to do with GD as we know it. This shit goes to ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet. It's as above, so below. As within, so without. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that exists up there exists within you. That's why, like collectively, our consciousness is the universe. Like they teach us that the so-called Indians can get together, make a certain dance, which is giving off a certain vibration, say a certain tune, which giving off a certain vibration. And everybody thinking the same thing was giving off a certain vibration. They make it rain. They call it the rain dance. That's just showing, and you gotta understand, we was the Indians. They're just showing you how tuned with earth we was, that we are that. We can make it rain. Because whatever we think will manifest. And whatever we think collectively will manifest quicker. That's why they got most of us dumbed down on some BET shit. So, because collectively we thinking black. So collectively look what we manifesting. But if we come together and think on some real shit, man, look what we can manifest. Because whatever going on in your life now, you did it. They just got us thinking it's a man. Like if something good happened to you, everything based on a cipher, a circle. The earth is a circle, the sun a circle or a cipher. Your blood go on a cipher. When you boil water, you go on a cipher, you flush the